Good evening. Y'all excited to be here? Well, I am not only excited to be here, I'm honored to be one of your featured speakers. I need you all to understand that I have not always been the personification of success. In fact, 15 short years ago, I was about the farthest thing from it you can imagine. I was a high school dropout who just kicked a $10,000 a month drug habit. I was 100 pounds overweight and getting ready to go to federal prison for 4 years. Which leads me as to why I am here to share my story. I am confident that the culmination of the testimonies you hear tonight will be forever powerful enough to redefine your perception of addiction, as well as open your eyes to the endless possibilities that lie on the other side of it. This disease doesn't recognize any socioeconomic boundaries, race, or religion. In fact, a large percentage of people battling with substance use disorder come from your stereotypical good families who thought drugs would never affect them. I too came from one of these good families. Some may even say a privileged family. My dad was Winchester's first plastic surgeon. I had the ultimate caregiver for a mother. I grew up in a large restored Civil War home that sat on 290 acres of land. I remember spending my days hunting, fishing, riding four-wheelers, camping with my friends. I excelled in middle school, got good grades, even had the prettiest blonde-haired, blue-eyed girlfriend in my class. I was hands down the coolest kid I knew. Then along came middle school, and it would turn my world upside down because I would quickly find that it was no longer cool to come from a good family. In fact, I would begin getting bullied from my privileged status, which sent me into a full-fledged identity crisis. I went through everything from the skater phase to the redneck phase and everything in between in a desperate attempt to try to fit in. And with each failed identity, I became angrier and began acting out more and more, which led to a long line of calls home from school, fighting, suspensions, and my parents tried everything they knew to do to intervene. They tried getting me involved in sports. They tried getting me plugged into the church. They tried counseling. They tried military school. They even tried sending me to an adolescent psychiatric treatment center, all to no avail. Finally, my 8th grade year, I would introduce alcohol and tobacco into the mix in an attempt to win favor amongst my peers. High school would bring about stronger drugs and more violent fighting. I was introduced to marijuana and cocaine. In my 10th grade year, I found who I needed to become to not just fit in. I was done trying to fit in. I was going to become somebody that people wanted to fit in with. I was going to become a gangster. And everybody laughed at me, but I tell you what, by the time I was a senior in high school, I was making $100,000 a year selling pills and cocaine. And everything seemed to be going fine for a while, but within a couple years, I acquired a $10,000 a month drug habit. After, out of all my brilliance, I decided that I needed to drop out of school to focus on my newfound career, which would result in a vicious downward spiral. I was constantly in and out of jail, in and out of different recovery facilities. On one occasion, I overdosed, checked myself out of the hospital that very night because I had to go back to that party, get high again to prove that I was not weak. But the straw that broke the camel's back is when I lost $500,000 of prescription narcotics in a drug deal gone bad. So there I sat, the bottom of the barrel, nowhere to go, no way to support my habit, sick and tired of being sick and tired. So I did the only thing I knew to do. I called my family to see if I could come home. They said yes, under one condition: if you get clean. So I would go home and I would get clean, which consisted of me laying on their bathroom floor for a week, curled up in a ball, shivering while profusely sweating, laying in a pool of my own vomit, crying because it felt like someone was breaking my bones with a sledgehammer from the inside out. But I would see it through because I had to see it through. There was nothing to go back to. After I got clean, I got a job. I started going to church. I met a girl. I pursued my GED. I was ready to sail off into the sunset, a changed man. Then along came the federal indictments. And it became clear I would be going to prison for the distribution of narcotics. You see, it would be 10 years from this moment before I finished serving my time, overcame a battle with severe depression and obesity, got off probation, and had an opportunity to start a new life. But I would, in fact, start a new life. I would create one better than I ever could have imagined, because our past does not have to dictate our future. So if I can overcome being a high school dropout, addiction, obesity, and 6 felony convictions, how much more can other people battling this disease achieve if we have the proper treatment and support systems in place? So in closing, I would like to demonstrate the answer to that very question. Could I get actually Leslie Stewart and Lauren Cummins to come up here and give me a hand real quick?
Yeah, I know. Step up.
All right, ladies. I have here a crisp, clean $100 bill. Now, Lauren, how many luminaries can I buy for this $100 bill?
20.
20. Awesome. Very good. But what if I take this crisp, clean $100 bill and I crumple it up into a ball? Just like that. Now, Leslie, how many luminaries can I buy with this crumpled up $100 bill?
You'd still buy 20.
The same 20, really? Okay, but what if I take it one step further and I actually throw it on the ground, stomp it beneath my feet, and get it beaten down, filthy, dirty? Now, Lauren, surely I can't buy the same 20 luminaries with this beaten down $100 bill as I could the crisp, clean one, can I?
Of course you can.
And the 20 luminaries that I can buy with it, are they any less impactful than the 20 that I could buy with the crisp, clean $100 bill?
Not at all.
You see, the storms we face in life have a similar impact on us as the wear and tear on a $100 bill. Addiction does not define who we are. It does not diminish our value, and it does not limit what we're capable of achieving. Uniting in this belief and standing firm as a community is the key to not only overcoming the stigma associated with addiction, but unlocking the endless possibilities that lie on the other side of it. On behalf of Bad Medicine, I'm going to donate this $100 to the Purchase of Luminaries. Thank you for coming out to show your support tonight, and God bless.